So this video has been a long time coming, guys. If you guys have been rocking with me for over the last, I want to say, I think 10 years since I've had this channel, but the last 6 years, I haven't uploaded any kind of content like talking heads or vlogs or anything like that. I appreciate you guys still rocking with me. It's been a long time since I've put out a video like this, and I've been wanting to do this for a while now. And things have just, it's been crazy. My life has been crazy the last 6 years, and I want to dive into it. I got my notes kind of right here on my phone, so I don't forget things, because I might forget some stuff. So I made sure to write it down so I can keep you guys updated. I don't want to keep this video too long. I'm gonna just kind of dive in to what has happened the last 6 years of my life here, living here in LA, and it's been a lot, guys. It's been a lot. It's been a journey. It's been a great journey. There's been ups and downs, and I'm gonna kind of get into it. If you guys are just finding my channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Corey Saldana. I'm a videographer, photographer, content creator, and now a trading card business owner, which I'm gonna get into details on this video here, so definitely stick around. But first, I definitely wanna talk about what's been going on the last 6 years. Like I said, it's been a minute, guys, so bear with me. We're gonna try to get through this as soon as possible. I'll kind of rely on my notes, but if you guys had been rocking with me for a while, you do know that I was moving down here to LA after film school. For those that don't know, I was attending film school from 2013 all the way up to 2019. I was attending the Art Institute of Seattle, and then I moved over to the Los Angeles Film School, and all that was remote at home, which was a great program. Even though it was all remote, it was still a great program, and I actually had a great time at the LA Film School. But yeah, so like I said, I moved down here, and I ended up getting a job. The company was called RSG Active. They're a women's fitness brand, so they focus morely on women's leggings and women's tops, like workout gear and stuff like that. So I was hired as the videographer and photographer for their brand. And this is back in, I want to say, I started in September, but I had moved down here to LA in August of 2019. So it was a cool job, it was definitely my first job being in the industry, being a videographer and photographer. So I was super hyped. It was cool, and like I said, my main job was just being a videographer and photographer. So going out, booking shoots with models, wearing RSG Active gear, and getting that posted online and social media. I was also dealing with their social media accounts as well. So that was cool. It gave me a real opportunity to kind of dive into that kind of world of e-commerce and just being a videographer and taking my profession to an actual company. But unfortunately, which was crazy, obviously in 2020, beginning of 2020, COVID hit, and like most people, I ended up losing that job, and it definitely sucked. I was super hyped. It was my first job in the industry, and just losing that job just definitely hurt me. And luckily, of course, unemployment, everybody got unemployment, and those unemployment checks were nice, guys. I'm not gonna lie, they were nice, and it helped me a lot because I was able to build out what you see behind me now. I used some of that money to build me a PC. It's my workstation, my workhorse, where I edit all my videos, photos, content in general. So that definitely helped a lot. But during that time, I'll kind of back up a little bit. I did meet my girlfriend at the time. Now we're engaged. She's my fiance, Rachel. We met somewhere around the end of 2019, around October, November. She was just a person I was shooting with. As far as models go, before I had moved down here to LA, I had a lot of connections with a lot of other models and other music artists and stuff like that. So, she was just one of the people I ended up hitting up to go out to shoot, and things happened. So we ended up getting together in 2020 officially, and yeah, so now going into COVID, obviously where we're just all stuck at home, and just a crazy time. We were all just, I wanted to try to find a way to get creative, but there was just really not much going on. Nobody to shoot with, no buddy to, you know, like shoot content with, I guess, and just in general. But what we did was we were pretty much, you know, TikTok kind of blew up during COVID. So, you know, we were trying to shoot some TikToks, trying to go viral and stuff like that, but it just wasn't working. Like, I'm not a dancer. We did try, you know, those viral TikTok dances and stuff like that, but it just wasn't working out for me. So my content on TikTok wasn't really blowing up. So I took it to the next thing, which was, like I said, streaming, which was based on this setup that you guys see behind me here, streaming content. So Call of Duty. For those that don't know, I'm a huge Call of Duty guy. I love Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was younger, and I think during that time it was just time to like try something new, you know, get into the streaming world. So I got onto like Facebook gaming, YouTube gaming, and was streaming Call of Duty on there for a little bit, and that was fun for a while. You know, I had a lot of fun streaming, but it just got to the point where it was also kind of getting boring. Like I can't play games for that long, guys. It's just not me. I give big props to those streamers out there that can stream for like 8 hours, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it myself. So like I said, during that whole break with COVID, nothing was really going on too much. You know, I should have been shooting videos for you guys, but obviously that didn't happen. So year after, I think 2021, I ended up getting a new job, and this job was definitely one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. It's definitely still my favorite job I've ever had today. And I got my puppy here, guys. Let me show you real quick. We got Aurora. She a puppy. She just turned 9. She's turning 9 weeks tomorrow. So hopefully she doesn't bug me too much with this video, but if she does, you know why. So, but yeah, so going back to the job I got in 2021 after kind of when COVID was dying down, even though it didn't really die down, the Academy, if you guys know the Oscars and all that, yes, I got a job with the Academy, the Oscars, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. I got a job pretty much as it was a media production coordinator. So pretty much what I was doing is I would help still edit like these little montages, and the part of the academy I was working for was the Academy Museum that's based right in the heart of Los Angeles and Hollywood. Super cool place. If you guys have not been there yet, definitely check it out. Yeah, like I said, it was definitely one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. So media production coordinator, that consisted of me you know, working with movie studios. So I was working with, you know, like Warner Brothers and, you know, Sony and all those other studios. We were working on getting clips for movies that were gonna go in the Academy Museum. And it was definitely a cool experience, you know, because that was another reason why I moved down here to LA was to pursue the film industry. And, you know, being able to finally have my first, like, big film job and working with people like that and people in the film industry was super cool. And, yeah, it's definitely a job I will not forget. I still think about it today. Only reason why I did leave that job was it was a contract job. When I first got it, it was only a 1-year contract. And they ended up giving me an additional year. So I was there for pretty much 2 years total. And it was just a great job, guys. I loved everybody there. Everybody was super cool. You know, I definitely met people in the film industry, and it was just an awesome time. I missed that job a lot. But yeah, after I left that job, or after I got let go of that job. Oh, one more thing, guys. So the last thing is during 2022, me and John, we actually started a podcast. It's called The Artistry Job, and we had so much fun doing it. You know, we had so many guests. We've had almost, I think, 70, 80, I might be wrong, 70 or 80 guests, everybody ranging from music artists, from actual artists like painters or whatever. Like, you know, we've had pretty much everybody on The Artistry Job, and it was super fun. Unfortunately, we decided to kind of back off of that so me and John can focus on, you know, our own kind of content, because Artistry Job was sucking up a lot of our time. And we, as much as we love the podcast and doing it, we want to also focus on our own kind of content. So you know, me and John are kind of doing that, but we are going to be coming back with the podcast. It just probably won't be featuring artists anymore. It's just going to be me and John kind of talking about the entertainment business and everything like that, everything about that's happening in entertainment in general. and that's where we're kind of going with everything on the artistry job. We did recently try out something new where we would also go interview people on the streets of like Venice Beach and LA, and that was fun. I loved it. I thought it was super fun and super cool, and I'm super extroverted, so you know, it was cool talking to people and kind of getting to know them and connecting. So we might do that still on the artistry job, not quite sure, but right now, as of what we talked about, we will be coming back to the podcast and do like two episodes a month. I think that's very doable for us, at least, so we can also focus on our other content. The next thing that kind of came was I proposed to Rachel. So back in 2023, proposed to Rachel, and we got engaged. I proposed to her back home in Seattle. For those that don't know, I'm originally from Seattle, so you know, love my hometown, and of course I thought it would be kind of proper to propose back in my hometown. I don't know, that's just how I felt. So but yeah, proposed to her. My family was there and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Rachel's family wasn't there, but we recorded everything, and yeah, you know, it was a cool moment. Got all of Seattle in the background, and you know, she cried, and that was what I was hoping for, guys. You know, you definitely want to try to get a reaction, and I got that reaction, so it was definitely a nice moment. And after that, I ended up getting a new job. I ended up getting another job with a company called Align. They're another e-commerce company, and pretty much what they are is like, they're one big company, and inside of it they have little brands. So you know, they had like a car brand, they had a kids brand, and everything like that. So pretty much what I got hired to do was being sorry guys, Aurora's going crazy right now. But what I got hired as was a videographer and photographer for their brands. And one main brand I was working with was KidZone. And KidZone, they're pretty much a kids ride-on toy. So it was pretty much planning content, shooting the content, getting it posted to social media and everything like that. So it was another cool e-commerce job. You know, it wasn't what I was trying to pursue. You know, it wasn't something that I want to do, because e-commerce is not really my thing, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. You know, music, for those that have been following my journey for a while, you know, I've done a lot of tutorials on here for videography and photography and stuff like that, and you know, that's just more my route, like music video type stuff. So you know, it was just something to, you know, pay the bills down here. In LA is not cheap, guys. Like, it's expensive to live here in LA. So you know, having a job that can actually, you know, pay my bills and like have a roof over my head and everything, that was most important. So of course I needed to take it. But yeah, like I said, you know, it was a cool job for the moment. Unfortunately, they literally let me go 2 days after my birthday. It was just because they were going a different route, and you know, no hard feelings to them. It's business, and they got to do what they got to do. So it kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. It sucked being let go 2 days after my birthday. And yeah, you know, I was just trying to figure out like, what am I gonna do next, and luckily there was unemployment again. Fast forward, I gotta let you guys know, there was a big moment though, right before I got that job, that we found out Rachel was pregnant. So you know, that was definitely me and Rachel, we were talking about it, and we were trying. We didn't think it was gonna happen that quick, but she got pregnant, and it was crazy. You know, I was super hyped. I was definitely scared as well, being a first-time father, and it was definitely scary for me. You know, I got a lot of tips from, you know, some of my other friends and stuff like that, and you know, just watching a lot of videos kind of definitely helped me out. So the biggest thing, of course, was the birth of my daughter. So my beautiful daughter Charmaine, she was born on January 26th of 2024, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, it was definitely a life-changing moment for me. You know, becoming a dad and stuff like that. Like I told you, it was definitely scary finding out that I was gonna be a dad. And you know, once your baby comes out and you see your baby, and people tell you that she looks like you. Obviously, you know, I've always kind of wanted my baby to look like me. That was definitely a life-changing moment for both me and Rachel. Love my baby girl. She's 17 months now. I think by the time this video goes up, she'll be almost 17 months. So life-changing moment, guys. Super crazy, and super hyped. You know, I'm a dad now, and it's crazy to say that, but I love being a dad. It's one of the best things. It's definitely changed me in a lot of ways. and it's taught me a lot. And you know, once you become a dad, you'll definitely see kind of the same thing, and kind of like what I'm talking about. And like I said, it's life changing. So now moving on, getting that job and being let go. At that point, that's where I kind of decided, you know, like, I need to do my own thing, guys. Like, I don't think I want to keep working for somebody, because I've always had that mentality of when I moved down here, I wanted to work kind of for myself. I wanted to have my own business and stuff like that. And that was kind of the goal. If you guys, I don't know if I talked about this before, but you know, my brother John, we got a business loan a few years back. I think 2017 or something like that. And it was to start a photo and video studio down here in LA. And that was one of the main things that we were kind of doing when we had the intentions of moving down to LA. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. That would have been cool. But yeah, that loan is kind of gone. We decided to let that go and give it back to the bank and stuff like that. So, but yeah, moving on. I wanted to start my own business. I felt it was just time, and it's definitely something that you guys probably would not even think I would start. But Pokemon, guys, Pokemon, you know, I grew up a huge Pokemon fan. Of course, I was around when Pokemon first came out in 98, 99. I went to see the first movie in the theaters and all that. I was ripping packs with friends. And Pokemon was just one of those things, you know, I grew up with. It was super nostalgic, and I was just a huge Pokemon fan back then. But now, today, obviously we all know the Pokemon craze. It's crazy right now. And luckily, I kind of got back into it a little bit earlier than when all this craze is happening. So I started getting back into collecting mid 2023. So, you know, they had just come out, I think, with the new Scarlet and Violet, Obsidian Flames. But yeah, I started collecting back in mid 2023. I don't think Pokemon was even really hype during that time anymore. You know, it was still hard to find some packs and stuff like that. But, you know, I was still able to get packs and rip them, and I ended up getting a binder and collecting and stuff like that. So I had quite a bit of Pokemon cards in 2023. And sorry guys, Aurora, she keeps biting. All right, so I kind of, like I said, I went back into Pokemon, just collecting, but also maybe thinking that, you know, this could become a business, because I had seen other people starting to do Pokemon and selling cards and stuff like that. So, you know, I didn't really think about it too much. But then after getting let go of my job, that's where the idea kind of came in my head. You know, I was like, you know what? Pokemon is blowing up right now, and, you know, I'm jobless, and this might be a good time to start a business. Like, why not, guys? You know, so, you know, I started watching more YouTube videos and seeing what everybody was doing and getting tutorials and getting help and stuff like that. So I went right into it pretty much after I got let go and signed up for unemployment. I was getting right into it. So started the first business name was actually Pokepal's Paradise. And that was what my business was going to be called originally. And, you know, I during this time, I was still collecting inventory and stuff like that. So I wasn't fully set on Pokepal's Paradise. It didn't necessarily resonate with me and who I am. But I decided to change the name to Fresh Deck Society, guys. And that definitely fits me more. I'm going to kind of show you guys. You guys see the Fresh Deck Society. I got my own merch I'm working on now. We got the Fresh Deck hat. Let me show you kind of the back. That's kind of what it is. And yeah, I'm super hyped about Fresh Deck, guys. Yeah, I got so much plans for Fresh Deck. I've got a lot of inventory. Kind of all this area that you see right back here, that's all my inventory, guys. I got a lot of Pokemon cards, a lot of boxes and all that. So me and Rachel, we're gonna be vending very soon at card shows. And we've been going to card shows since last year. So, you know, we kind of got the taste of what it is to go to a card show. And I was like, you know what, this looks so fun. I think we need to start vending. And like I said, you know, vending is going to be super fun. We got our first big show in August in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center. We're super hyped. I don't know, guys, like, I'm just really hyped about this business. There's a lot of money to be made here in Pokemon. I'm not a scalper, first of all. I'm not a scalper, guys. I'm not a scalper. That's one thing. So you don't see me going to those Pokemon vending machines and pulling out everything. Honestly, that's not me. Usually how I get my inventory is going to card shows. It is PokemonCenter.com. Join Discords if you guys are looking for Pokemon cards, because that is the best place to get like your stuff is on Pokemon Center, I would say. And then yeah, local Facebook marketplace, you know, I reach out to people for inventory on there as well. But yeah, I'm not a scalper. Like I said, I'm super excited to see Fresh Tech and where it goes. We're gonna be dropping merch very soon, guys. It's in the process. I still got a couple other ideas I want to do with this shirt before I actually drop it to the public. We probably will do like a pre-sale kind of drop, see how these actually sell first, and then do something bigger with it. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, I've been in talks with Rachel on what we want to do with it and where we want to go with it. But yeah, guys, like I said, you know, a lot of stuff has happened. I probably missed a couple things. I'm not gonna lie, I probably did miss a few things in there, but that's kind of the gist of everything that's been that has happened the last 6 years since I moved to LA. Now I want to get into what the future is for this channel. First thing, of course, I want to say is I'm back. I'm back here on YouTube, guys. I'm back here on my YouTube grind. I do have one thing to say, actually. So just a week ago, I had my hard drive, which was full of things that I've had for over the last 10 years, and all my work, everything I've ever done, even living back home in Seattle, was on that hard drive. And unfortunately, last week, I have my hard drive sitting underneath my PC area right here, and it fell accidentally. And that pretty much messed the whole hard drive up, and it's done, guys. I lost all my stuff from the last 10 years, and it definitely sucked. It hurt, and I'm not gonna lie, it's, you know, I do think about it like, damn, like everything that I've ever worked on was on that hard drive, and I have nothing more at all. And at that point, that's where I was kind of like, maybe it is time for a refresh. Maybe it is time to get back on this YouTube grind, because this is actually my first love, guys. Like, being here on YouTube was where I started my content journey. And you know, all of you guys that had followed me or subscribed to my channel for the tutorials and everything, I definitely appreciate you guys. And thank you for rocking with me still up to this day if you guys are watching my content. Yeah, like I said, I'm back, and I'm super hyped to have this journey, get back on this YouTube journey. You know, I've been doing short form content for a while now, for years, pretty much during, you know, since COVID. And now I'm coming back to the long form on YouTube, and I'm super hyped because long form content is me. Like, that's just what I've always done, and I'm super hyped to just kind of get back into it and, you know, show you guys around. And now that kind of leads me into what the future holds for this channel. So what I do plan to do more for this channel is vlogging, guys. So not daily vlogs or anything like that, but I do a lot of stuff like on the weekends or on my free time. So I'm planning to bring you guys along with me. It can be anything, guys. I don't know. It's just gonna be some cool, fun vlogs. Definitely gonna try to make it more cinematic. If you guys remember my old vlogs, unfortunately I archived those because I just didn't like them. I archived a lot of stuff on my channel here, so it's not as packed as it was before. So we're starting fresh, guys. We're gonna start with vlog 1. This is kind of vlog 1. Yeah, more vlogs for sure. Another thing is paranormal investigations, guys. So I've always had this thing with spirits and ghosts that it's always been interesting to me. And me and Rachel, we've always watched, if you guys know paranormal investigators like Omar and Nukes and stuff like that, and we also got a friend, Kelsey Davy. She's on the come up with paranormal investigations. She's super cool. But she was definitely one of my inspirations for wanting to get into it. We're gonna do some paranormal investigations. We've already done a few over the last years. We've done the Queen Mary, we've done Pasadena Bridge, the cemetery, so many other places, guys. So I'm super excited to bring you guys along for those as well. We've had some crazy stuff happen to us on these paranormal investigations, so I definitely want to try to show you guys what goes on during these nighttime paranormal investigations. Another thing is obviously Pokemon content and trading card content. I'm gonna bring you guys along to trading card shows and conventions, and vendor POVs, those are definitely popping off right now, but I don't think I'm not gonna upload the vendor POVs to this channel. I'm gonna upload them to the Fresh Deck Society channel. You can find it in the link below. Definitely give me a subscribe on that one, because that one's gonna be on the come up with vendor POVs. But this channel is definitely gonna be more around like vlogs, when it comes to Pokemon content, and I'll kind of talk about the business. I'll probably take you guys on journeys with the Fresh Deck and everything that I'm trying to do to make it a successful business. So like I said, this is definitely something I'm super excited to kind of take you guys on. New refresh Corey Saldana YouTube channel. It's gonna be super dope. I'm definitely excited to be back here on YouTube, guys, and I hope you guys are super hyped for me to be back here as well, for those that have been subscribed. And if you guys are looking for super dope content that's going to consist of vlogs, Pokemon content, and paranormal investigations, definitely please smash that subscribe button for me, guys. And like I said, the goal is pretty much to upload at least once a week. But once again, guys, thank you so much for rocking with me. If you're still subscribed to this channel, more videos to come, once a week at least. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all.